Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the period of July 19 to the 25th. Okay, let's find out what messages we have for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the period of July 19 to the 25th. Okay. Okay, let's get started here for Capricorn. I'll arrange them so that you can see too. Okay, Capricorn, it looks like top of the matter for you that needs some alignment. We see the Five of Cups. So when you see the Five of Cups, it really is a time where it's an emotional time, Capricorn, where you're reviewing losses. Okay, you are reviewing perceived losses, and it's emotional. Okay, it's an emotional time for you, and right now you're trying to understand if you made the right decisions here. So the truth behind why you need to bring your emotions into balance, Capricorn, appears to be because you are reviewing things to see if you made the right decision. You're wondering, did I make the right call? There were opposing forces in this situation, and you had to make a choice, and you made one. And right now you're in the process of determining whether or not it was the right call. We see the Justice card here. So it seems like you are a bit in between two worlds right now, Capricorn, where something is ending or has ended, and you're in the process of that limbo state where the new path hasn't quite materialized yet. And so it's almost like during this time that you're left to ponder things, it's actually creating a situation where you're wondering if you should run back to the past or if you should just keep persevering forward. And there's a part of you that's questioning if you made the right call in the first place, by separating from something that was causing some emotional distress, and something that was also causing some distress in the physical body. So that may have been threatening your security or your identity. You may have felt kind of lost. And now you're in a place where you're trying to evaluate if you made the right call. Isn't it interesting how the lighting in the camera keeps changing when I show you the Justice card? Yeah, very interesting here. Now, the action you are being directed to take here is to stop resisting this limbo that you're in. You've got the Tower in reverse here, which suggests that, you are being transformed, Capricorn. You are undergoing a transformation, and it's not always easy to appreciate or understand the ending of things until we're sitting in the new beginning. And unfortunately, that's not how it works. It's sort of, you sort of have to have faith that this is all part of the process. And I think right now for you, dear Capricorn, you are questioning that a little bit, and you might be resisting the flow. It's almost like you're taking the oil out of the car, and it's not going to run very long without oil. So, it's like, yeah, I keep getting this imagery in my head that you need to allow that wheel to be greased. And in fact, you need to be the one to grease it. It's almost like, Capricorn, you're waiting on something, and really it's got to come from within. There's really nothing to wait for from the external world. And that's exactly what your final guidance card is here, the Six of Wands in reverse, which suggests that your biggest obstacle to overcome isn't going to be something in the external world, it's inner. You're having an inner conflict here, Capricorn, and that is what's sort of causing a sense of impatience or a sense of delay or even a sense of loss, to the point where you could be feeling some remorse. You could be questioning some decisions that were made in the past about these emotional times. something very emotional, very interesting. Okay, Capricorn, let's see what the oracle cards have for you in the way of guidance here as you try to battle this inner situation that is sort of tearing you up a little bit. You're really torn about whatever it was that got left in the past, and it's making you feel like, did I make the right decision? You're asking yourself that, orphaned. Another 5, another truth card for you here. So whatever it was, the sense I'm getting, and the immediate sense I got when I picked this card for you, Capricorn, is that whatever it was that you walked away from really left you at a time when it was like you were really relying on someone for some emotional support, and they weren't there. So you walked away. You walked away from it, and who could blame you? You had to find your own inner peace. This no place like home energy suggests that you left a situation that left you feeling all orphaned so that you could find your true home, which is your inner peace. That's where your true home is residing. That's where you reside when you feel content and at peace, and that's not going to come from the external world, which is another, confirmation of this 6 of Wands in reverse. So my dear Capricorn, it really seems like whatever it was that you walked away from was something that really left you feeling quite abandoned and orphaned. So it might have been a significant relationship where, you got let down. But it wasn't in vain. It taught you how to love yourself, and it taught you that you need to be there for you. And again, right beneath justice, what do we see? To be fair, which is exactly what you're doing. You are looking at this situation to understand it better because you want to know, were you fair? Was your decision fair? You're really questioning it a lot right now, Capricorn, and you're trying to examine it from all angles. This is the second card in way of, you can see it even visually when you look at it next to justice. This is what is consuming you right now. Did I make the right decision? Was the other party was I at least fair, even though it doesn't, whatever happened with them, maybe you're wondering what their motivation was, because you're certainly examining this situation again. Something has got you, there's been a recent event that's got you thinking about this again. Something has brought this back into the forefront for you, Capricorn, and it may be necessary to have a conversation or you might not have a choice. This card is serendipity. That suggests to me that you might be coming into a conversation or an interaction with this person or experience that left you feeling orphaned. The one here that you're examining quite a bit to see if you made the right choice. But Capricorn, if I see this correctly with the Tower in reverse, it's almost like by doing this examination and dwelling so much in the past, it's like you're not really going to be able to step forward if your mind is still sort of, I don't know, the only word coming to mind is obsessed. It's almost like borderline obsessed here. Like your mind keeps thinking about this experience. And in order to get to the next experience, we have to let this one go. We have to let this experience go. And it's like there may be something coming in to help you with that. I want to clarify these oracle cards here. Let's start with serendipity. Right away a card flies out, and it is the 9 of Pentacles. So this experience was one that happened so that you could figure out something about your true identity. It's going, this whole process is divinely timed, in fact. This whole thing, albeit uncomfortable, Capricorn, you may be feeling a lot of uncomfort right now, but it is definitely not in vain. This discomfort you're feeling is going to help you formulate a very stable sense of yourself. Now, let's look at No Place Like Home here to see, yeah, the Magician, because and there's the Tower in reverse again, Capricorn. Okay, so that's double confirmation there with the Magician, which suggests that, as long as you're resisting this transformation or this truth, you're going to have a heck of a hard time manifesting things that you actually want. Because, right now we see the Knight of Wands in reverse as well, which is a card of manifestation. The Knight of Wands is really telling you that there is an emerging new sense of yourself. You are going to be a leader in something. It's going to involve you using your intuition, and whether or not you even feel this yet, Capricorn, it's coming. And in order to really get in the vibe of this, I'm sorry to be saying this, if it was a highly emotional situation, it's got to be let go. You've got to let it go in order for this new energy to come in. And this To Be Fair card, the Sun in reverse. So, you know what? That always says to me when I see the Sun in reverse that whatever it was might have felt good, but it wasn't sustainable. It might have felt like something positive. Sometimes the Sun in reverse makes me think of, the devil, in the sense that it's the anti of the sustainable force that keeps the universe flowing, which is, as far as our universe is concerned, as far as our solar system is concerned, the thing keeping it going is the sun. And so when we see the Sun in reverse in tarot, that always makes me think of the devil, in the sense of you're not pursuing something sustainable. As far as this isn't where the prosperity is. This isn't where the sustainability is. This is just where you may have had some fleeting moments of ego-driven satisfaction, where maybe your ego was a little bit engaged, in the day-to-day life of this experience, but it was never sustainable. It was never meant for you. And to be fair, which is the card I'm clarifying with that, you need to let it go then. If it was meant for you, it would not have, I don't want to say it, but it wouldn't have broken your heart like this, Capricorn, if it had been meant for you. Now, and we see that Orphaned card. Let's clarify the Orphaned card, thank you, with, what do we see here? We get Temperance, and the betrayal. There was a necessary conflict that happened here, and it was devastating, but necessary. And there's wisdom and understanding to gain from looking at this in a different way, not to run back to it, because, the Three of Swords really suggests that separation was necessary, but to be patient with the lesson. If you don't see the lesson yet, Capricorn, it's okay, be patient. You're going to understand it. The more flow you get, the more flow you give and get from this situation. You need to sort of let go of trying to understand this situation from an external situation. Try and look at it internally. What did this experience teach you about yourself? And know that you're protected. Archangel Michael is not going to steer you into something negative. You are protected. This conflict and separation was necessary. It was necessary, Capricorn. So you don't need to keep examining it. You just need to step forward into the new path that appears to be taking shape. It is taking shape. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me, Capricorn. If this has resonated for you and you would like a personal reading, my email's in the description below. And thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and we'll see you again very soon for the next reading. Okay, lots of love and light.